must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
To introduce to you today, the last man standing. The brain behind MNK October 20. The brain behind Free Martin Nandekano. He's a very courageous man, very courageous, very gutsy. Yes, he's a man of strength and conviction. Yes, and he's someone that is well known here to everybody and is a friend of all. Yes. Like Martin Nandekano, he stands for the downtrodden. Holy, holy, he stands for holy, holy, Nandekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 holy. Is another Savior. Hooray! Hooray! Stands for justice. Yes. He stands strong in defense of the downtrodden. As far as we are concerned, right now, Martin Nandekano is a downtrodden because he's being detained illegally, he's being persecuted in a very questionable way, and at this juncture, having said all that, I'm going to hand over the microphone to the man of the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Mazin Iche Igwe Sowore Olorore. want to thank all of you for the great reception. My name is Mazi Omoyele Sowore. I'm still looking for the Igbo title that I will take. Okay. Yes. Our job here today is very simple. We have tolerated the detention of Nnamdi Kanu for too long. We are not going to stand. Please. We are not going to stand by while one of us is put down perpetually by a system that encourages other people to do even criminal things and award them immediately. We are all aware that yesterday, 3 days ago, they were pardoning murderers in this country. Yes. They were pardoning the most notorious kidnapper. Yes. One of the most notorious kidnappers in Nigeria was pardoned day before yesterday. A woman who killed her husband, cold-blooded, was pardoned. Over 53 drug lords who are serving life in detention were pardoned. Or their sentences reduced. Let me make it very clear. We are not asking for pardon for Nnamdi Kanu. Yes! Because he has not committed Because I want to be very clear about that. That the conversation, the context of our conversation has nothing to do with pardon. No! We are asking the Nigerian government led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do the right thing. Yes! By granting Nnamdi Kanu total unconditional freedom. Not a single condition can be attached to it. It does not include even providing a surety anymore. It does not include visiting police station every Monday. It does not include come back and answer some other charges anymore. The reason I'm doing this is not politics. No. Thank you, my brother. You guys know that. God bless you. If I want to do politics, I want to join one of the bad parties. I am doing this because my conscience tells me it's the right thing to do. God bless And I have decided whatever it will take that on October 20th, I will lead all of you to Aso Rock Village. We are here in this market today, but we are calling on all markets across Nigeria and the world of people of conscience to close down for 1 day. It's not too much to ask for. Whether you are in Lagos,
1 week in closer.
We have been closing markets every Monday anyway. Yes. We need one more Monday. Yes. It's not about closing down the market, it's about bringing Nnamdi back home. Yes. And we are not doing this because we are Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. We are doing it because we are the good people of the world, not even Nigeria. Yes. And this is what is done world over. In my books, I have said it, Nnamdi Kanu is the Mandela of his own people. You can keep him in detention for as long as you want. But you can never destroy the spirit of what he stands for. Which is the liberation of his own people. Yes. I stand for the same thing, the liberation of humanity. Yes. And I get, as you guys know, I get into prison every day. But I told them that there's no prison that I can contain us. Even as I'm speaking now, I can guarantee you that even before the 20th, they can arrest me. Yes. Nobody will. Don't worry. You're wasting your time. Because if you arrest me and put me in any place, I will leave even those people who are in detention together to ask On that day, on that 20th, every jail was open in this country. All the innocent persons who have been suffering in this detention for just reasons. Because it's not only Nnamdi Kanu, there are a lot of Igbos
because it's a crime to be Igbo in this country. I don't like it. In a place they call Wawa Barracks, they have kept people there. Hundreds of Igbos. For just if your neighbor accuses you of being IKOM, they will carry you and go and deposit you so you can never be found. They don't even ask whether you are a member or not. But how is it even a crime to be a member of an organization that is seeking liberation for themselves? It's only Nigeria and some banana republics that you get that.
Thank you.
So, as we are here, the world is listening to us.
Yes. Sorry, Nigeria.
From Madagascar.
Yes. Current one.
That we are asking for Nnamdi to be freed on or before. Because we are helping them now. They can solve this problem before 20. They can solve it today. But we were just doing that to help them. On or before 20th. We are bringing him home not later than 20.
Thank you, sir.
This public outing here today is aimed at mobilizing the whole country to come out and join us in Abuja on that day. We have seen their propaganda. It is because it's NSAS. I'm the one who started NSAS. Come and hold me responsible for it. I started NSAS at the police headquarters before everybody joined me. Nnamdi Kanu responded on NSAS the day they started killing people indiscriminately. It was his own response to stop them from those, and that remains in Nigeria's history as it was. So, whichever it is, whatever it is that it will take, we don't care. And I'll say just a few more things and I will leave. We have called on all the Southeastern politicians who in the daytime say that they want Nnamdi Kanu free. At night, they go and sit up free him. We have called all of them. I've tried to meet them. I've asked Soludo to come out and join us.
All of them.
This is the time to put their mouth where their leg is.
All of them.
Or put their leg where their mouth is.
All of them.
I've called on Oti, who is his home state governor. All of them have entered what they call radio silence. But we will make it happen. And after Nnamdi Kanu is free, we will get back to other businesses. Because as you all know, Nigeria is unfinished business. And we are here to finish the Nigerian business.
I just want to give you the way they operate. How they operate is that they are going to sponsor some persons here, and the persons will start discouraging your people, telling you the reason why you should not come. Now, we have informed them. They said that we should bring a letter informing them where we are going to start, telling them the dates, telling them the place to cover. So we have submitted the letter. They are aware to give us security. Now, you also know that what they normally do is, when they see that we are working towards positive way of getting Nnamdi Kanu, they will sponsor some persons, either in the social media and physically, to discourage you. Please don't allow anybody to discourage you. Now, who have known, I proud. I have gone out before. No. So when they speaking then all one looking on Lagos, you have to mobilize right there. All one looking on the child, you don't mobilize right there. Yes! Somebody said that. When we are saying this thing is this, and they told you something. That place they call it Kaiji. If you hear that there is one of their brothers they arrested either in any part of the state in the east, the person is not dead. They take them Kaiji in Wawa in Niger State. That place is another one altogether. The worst of it is that when we go to court, file action in court, get judgment. They will not obey because my dear brother, the time to fight it is now.
Now.
Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Is in the country today, maybe another person tomorrow.
Yes.
I can tell you, I can comfortably tell about 20 persons. I have filed their matter. They are still there. If you go there, see how your own brothers, not in absolute, they don't, husband and wife, please, let us make it a reality. Thank and God bless you.
Time.
Okay. It is 7 a.m. dot. Don't be late. Leave on time. Get there on time. On that note, I shall turn over the microphone to conclude the address.
The venue of this protest is Aso Rock Villa. But the convergence where we gather is the Fountain Square. But because of what might be, we will still have some internal strategy to have multiple places to approach the city from.
Yes, sir.
But you should be around that area, around the central business district is what we call it. So at the Federal Capital Territory. I call it Federal Capital of Thieves.
Yes.
But 7 a.m. please. We are also asking if you have any of your brothers who want to travel to come, please provide them accommodation.
No problem.
Can stay with you. Or anybody needs transportation. We also use it to call on transporters across the country.
Yes.
If anybody wants to come and you are sure, give them free transport to Abuja and back.
We will do that.
And we want to make it clear, it is a peaceful protest. But it's also their job to make it peaceful. But it's a peaceful protest. Thank you very much. Oh, please. We also will let you know that we are going to protest at that Wawa Barracks prison. Wawa Barracks prison is very close to BRGIE Dam in Niger State. Everywhere an innocent person is detained unlawfully, illegally, and unjustly, because there are some detentions that they claim are legal, but they are unlawful.
Yes, sir.
I am not a lawyer, my lawyers know. Yes. But a detention can be legal, even lawful, but unjust.
Yes.
I am on the side of the unjust part of any form of prosecution of
We will be leaving now because they are waiting us at Kubo Furniture. Okay, so we want to go there and address them as well.
Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the so-called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court, they cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear. and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria.
Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activities of Simon Ekpa, who is issuing the illegal sit-at-home order, is not checked, he may succeed in corrupting the minds of Nigerian youths and turning them against the government of Nigeria. Accordingly, the Senate resolved to condemn the sit-at-home in totality, as well as the nefarious activities of Simon Ekpa, who is the gang leader.
Point of order, the leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activities of Simon Ekpa, who is issuing the illegal sit-at-home order, is not checked, he may succeed in corrupting the minds of Nigerian youths and turning them against the government of Nigeria. Accordingly, the Senate resolved to condemn the sit-at-home in totality, as well as
homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra,
glorious Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayers shall be known both day and night. Say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by our enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra. The time starts now. We mourn our heroes first, we celebrate them, and we celebrate our heroes living. We salute all Biafrans that have sacrificed their lives for this very day, and our leaders that are prison. We continue to fight on until they are all free and Biafra is fully restored. You say. As a reminder, the flyer on the screen reminds us of the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th of November total lockdown of Biafra land. So be reminded, this is in November, and this is to oppose the fraudulent existence of Nigeria in Biafra territory. Because all those that are calling themselves Nigerian Igbo terrorist criminal politicians, they are working for the interests of Nigeria to massacre all Biafrans. That is why you see what is happening today. They want our leaders all killed. They want all Biafrans massacred. But they glorify the existence of the Fulani terrorists. So this is how bad it has become. And when you identify a problem, you have to sort it out. You don't continue to pamper the cancer. You cut off the cancer. I salute all Biafrans, and you're all welcome to this very evening broadcast. Morning, afternoon, depending on your time zone. We bring you warm greetings. Looking at the screen, you see disparity of two existence. Looking at the screen, you see disparity of two existence. Here, you see Showore, and then here, you see Senator Osita Isinasu. And what do the two of them talk about? One is a Biafran like me, while one is not a Biafran like me. The one that is not a Biafran like me is calling for my peaceful existence. Is calling for the release of Martin Nambikano. Is calling the international community to come against Nigeria for the kidnapping of Martin Nambikano. He is calling in support of the Biafra independence, because it is dawned on all of them that the cause of Biafra is a just cause. That the cause of Biafra is the one that is worth dying for. That the cause of Biafra is the reason why everybody in Nigeria has not been totally invaded. Over 29,000 people have been recorded as victims from the Yoruba land. Victims of Boko Haram, Fulani terrorist, Islamic Jihad. It is the same reason of the terrorist Islamic Jihad, the Fulani, coming to massacre our babies, women, and children that made us to rise up. That is what gave birth to ESN. That is what gave birth to BDF, the Biafra Defense Forces. Today you hear all the massacre emanating from Middle Belt, western part of the country, and the northern part. And you hear little from the whole eastern region. The whole eastern region happens to be the safest place now, but you don't know the sacrifices that have been done for it to be that way. If we did not rise up in time to curtail the menaces that were coming, if we did not rise up in time to build a defense mechanism that has been able to protect our women and children and to weed off the terrorists that have come to cut off heads of babies, women, and children on a daily basis. If we didn't fence round, if we didn't have men like Ikonso, if we didn't have men like Butuzo,
every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
even when Dr. Mailapia left that message, nobody took it serious. Dr. Mailapia left that same message of General T.Y. Danjuma. Nobody took it serious. Because nobody took it serious and acted upon it, or acted on it, or with it, Dr. Mailapia was assassinated. That cry of Dr. Mailapia continued on. And today we've been able to make it sound louder with the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the imprisonment of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the kidnapping of other Biafrans, the massacre of Christians in Nigeria, starting from Biafra land to Middle Belt to the Yoruba land to the northern part and everywhere we've been able to make it sound. Today, our APM has taken the message to the US Congress. The American government are keen in, and they are talking about it. Yes. And the last time the Nigerian Senate lamented and cried about what Biafrans are doing was in 2023. When Akpabio was crying in the Senate and telling you that if Simon Ekpa is in Finland and everybody obeys it at home, it means he's the real governor of Southeast. That was in 2023. And in 2025, in October, the repetition of this cry in a different scale has come. Kudos to our APM. Kudos to the Biafra Republic Government in Nigeria Cabinet. Kudos to all Biafrans that are supporting this cause. Kudos to our lobbyists and attorneys who are doing the needful for us. Even with the little that we pay them for their services, they do more than we expected. The result we have gotten is so enormous that you can't even imagine that you've gotten this result just within 1 year. Within this 1 year, there has been several engagements. Within this 1 year, BRGIE has established strong legations inside the US government, and it is growing. even Finland, working with Nigerian government and the European government, are in a very big soup because they know they have compromised. And it is not them that will release maritime money. It is what we are doing in the US that will release maritime money. Have you seen what the President of America has just done in the Middle East? He is the President of America. But look at the Middle East that was hot and burning for the past 2 years. It is one president in America that has gone to bring the solution. So your solution lies in America. The release of Martin Nnamdi, all these ones that you people are seeing that is happening like this. We beat the drum in the US, and the sound of the drum is resonating in Nigeria. As we are beating the drum in US, it is resonating in Nigeria. The resonance frequency is felt in Nigeria, but we are hitting the drum in US. The same way we hit the drum of the sit-at-home in Biafra land, and the resonance frequency is speaking in or being heard of in Abuja. Yes, this evil and cause existence of Igbo politicians, starting from the Senate President down to the last of them, they take the message from Biafra land back to Abuja to give them the evidence of the civil disobedience of the Biafran people that have been happening since the kidnapping of Martha. That is why you hear them crying. They are crying of what they will do next. I want them to come to America. Let them come to America and try to defend the massacre of Christians. Let them come to America and try to defend the kidnapping of Martin Nnamdi. Let them come to America and try to defend the massacre of everyone that do not agree to them in Nigeria. Let them come to America and do it. Akpabio was telling the lawmakers they have to hire lobbyists. They have to come and engage the lawmakers in America. We are waiting for them to come. Let them come. And let them engage the American lawmakers and then start telling them that we kidnapped Martin Nnamdi in Kenya for a reason. Let them tell the American lawmakers that kidnapping of Martin Nnamdi, torture and extraordinary rendition for over 10 days, that it is a lawful act. Let them come to America and explain.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
We want the US lawmakers to sit back and wait for the Nigerian terrorist, corrupt leaders who aid and abet the genocide, the slaughter of babies, women, and children, carried out by the Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists. We want the Nigerian lawmakers to bring their lobbies. After all, Nigerian presidents cannot enter America. So when American government said they want to release his narcotic file, he had to lobby some attorneys and pay them. They are going to beg American government not to open his narcotic files. And some of you are wondering. They said over 175 people were pardoned a day before yesterday that have committed crimes of murder, drugs, kidnapping, terrorism, cybercrime, and every kind of crime. You should not be worried about who is releasing them and why are they releasing them. What has been happening about Boko Haram rehabilitation since? Was Musa not on live television, on channel television, telling you that the radicalization of the Boko Haram terrorists, and it is working very well, it is working perfectly. They initiated it. They bring them back into the system and they become part and parcel of the system. And they are used to the system. And it is working. And they become very useful to the Nigerian terrorist government. Everything is working in Nigeria. It is only in Nigeria that terrorists are recruited back into the army, the air force, and the navy to go and finish the citizens. It is only in Nigeria that drug barons that have been sentenced to many years imprisonment are pardoned and brought back to come and initiate the drug business so that the business can start to grow again. It is only in Nigeria that snake will swallow money, elephant will swallow money, monkey will swallow money. Everything is possible in Nigeria. In Nigeria as well. In hospital facility, it is only in Nigeria you sleep and wake up and then you see snake lying down on the same bed with you in the hospital. So all these things are possible in Nigeria. And the question is, who did it? The drug lord president did it. So it is a very big shame to see that on this screen, I have Showore on one side, and then I have Osita, Senator Osita. Here the name of, if somebody should ask you what is the meaning of Osita, what is the meaning of Osita? For those in the comment section, please. I want to hear the meaning of Osita. Can someone tell us the meaning of Osita in the comment section? We want to know the meaning of Osita. And the rest of his name is Isunasu. Now I just want us to know the meaning of Osita. Only the meaning of Osita. Now we want somebody should type it in the comment section. If you understand Igbo very well, let us understand the meaning of Osita. Then you come back to the screen. Osita Isunasu is asking for the massacre of Biafrans. And who is he? He's a Biafran. Are you listening very well? And the person that he is calling Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activities of Biafra is not brought to book, that they will end up opening the minds of Nigerians and everybody will come to the knowledge and understanding that Nigeria has been a scam. The president that is calling Mr. President, the Senate president, is also a Biafra. So the two of them are looking for ways to sign documents to kill Biafrans, to end Biafra independence, right? While you now see on the other side, Showore is on the other screen. Showore is not a Biafran. but it's on the screen, pleading and begging. Listen, Showore is on the other screen, pleading and begging for what? The freedom of Biafran people. And Showore is not a Biafran. Jay. Okay, I saw some definitions of Osita. She said if Osita Dima, meaning if it starts from today to be good. Then Madam Key said it means the beginning of goodness. That is Osita Dima is the fullness. Okay. Wisdom said Osita Dima means if it becomes good today, it's early. Okay. Asi Adriani said the Osita Dima mean if it starts getting better from today. Okay, so everybody are in the same line. Ikukuchuku said from today. Okay, we are all in the same line. So instead of Osita Dima here to use his name to the goodness of this name, all of us from the Old Eastern region, our botanical names have significance. Every of our names botanically have significance. We're not talking of all these English names that they will come and call us sweet. No, we're talking of our native name. When you pronounce your native name, you will read meaning to it, and then you know that you have a significance. And that name given to you comes based on the surrounding circumstance that happened during your birth. That is what determines the kind of name that your parent gives you. Okay. So, Ositadema here is goodness. Is supposed to have flourished from this day, from today. But do you see what Osita has become? Ositadema here has become a curse. He has become a wasted product. He has become something useless to the generations of Biafran people. That is why all of them continue to save one Nigeria from when we grew up to come and see them from 1960 to this very day. And they cannot still become something in that same Nigeria. Because the Nigeria already sees that what they can use them to do is to destroy their own. Ositadema is on the screen. Listen to Ositadema.
As the nefarious activities of Simon Ekpa, who is the gang leader. Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activities of Simon Ekpa, who is issuing the illegal sit-at-home order, is not checked, he may succeed in corrupting the minds of Nigerian youths and turning them against the government of Nigeria. Accordingly, the Senate
of Nigeria, Osita has vowed to become a Nigeria and a defendant of Nigeria. Even as Nigeria is killing his own children, killing his own babies, killing his own brothers and sisters, Osita prefers to still raise his hand and say, Nigeria, I stand with you, I identify with you. Continue to massacre all the babies, women, and children of Biafra. Massacre Simon Ekpa, massacre Nnamdi Kanu, massacre BDF, massacre ESN, massacre every Biafra, massacre IPO. Anywhere you hear indigenous people of Biafra, massacre them. That is what Osita has become. Isn't it a cost? Isn't it a wasted product? But Showore is here asking for the release of Biafrans, asking for Nigeria to stop the massacre of Biafrans. But Osita and Gospel Akpabio and Abaribe, they are actually digging the grave of Biafrans. Where is Iberibe here? There's a photo of Iberibe when he was crying here. Okay, here is Iberibe. Here is Iberibe here. Iberibe and Osita, they are one and the same thing. All Jews of Kalu and Osita and Akpabio, they are one and the same thing. Peter Mba, Osita, Iberibe, they are one and the same thing. Soludo, Mba, Osita, Abaribe, they are one and the same thing. Ogbonnaya of Ebonyi, one and the same thing. Hopeless Odinjo, that one will not even show face to say anything now that Showore is dragging all of them out because he knows he is the main man that is writing the script of killing Biafra. He is the main man that is writing the script of don't release Martin Namdekanu. If every one of them venture make any pimp and say, we should consider this thing, Uzodinma will tell them, if you do that pimp again, we will remove you from that position of governor. Now, have you asked yourself what has just happened to Peter Mba? Peter Mba has just decamped from his former party to APC. Before, a week ago, when Peter Mba was in his former party, Peter Mba granted media interview and said, we are having meeting with Nigerian presidency to the release of Martin Namdekanu. We cannot discuss what we did here now so that it will not go and infringe our discussion and agreement. But we are in talks and very soon. The very soon is this very soon that we have been hearing from 2021. Now, let me tell you something. Today now, after Peter Mba has decamped or defected from whether PDP he was before and now ran to APC, he said this is where he has to be so that every decision that is made can work out for him. You see? So that every decision that is made to strangulate the Biafran people, to destroy Martin Namdekanu, and to kill IPOB, so that every decision that is made can be able to foster for him. That is why they must all run to APC. And the tongue now changed. The tongue now is no more saying the release of Martin Namdekanu we are discussing. The tongue now has changed to Martin Namdekanu release needs a political solution. Did you hear it? That is the statement of Peter Mba now. Peter Mba is telling you now, after just 2 days of the campaign from PDP to APC, Peter Mba now changed his mouth from we are having meeting with the presidencies of release Martin Namdekanu. Now the public statement of Peter Mba is that Martin Namdekanu's case demands political solution. Political solution. Now they hear them? So these are the evil and useless people and the cost people that you have that have existed in our time. When a Yoruba man who is not even a Biafra is taken to the street carrying the symbol and dragging out all the criminal terrorist Igbo politicians, is it not a shame? Because he has sat down to see and asked himself a question. How come me, Showore, I was in detention, I was accused of treasonable felony, but now my Yoruba brother that came out as president has released me. Then Sunday Igbo was also canvassing for Yoruba nation. And then when they went to kill him, all the Yoruba elders, including Obasanjo led the delegation, they went to go and protect and make sure he is not killed and they will not repatriate him or kidnap him to Nigeria. Then when they succeeded in doing that, what happened next? As Tinubu entered office, the first mandate they gave Tinubu is that he must drop all charges against Showore and who? Sunday Igbo. And they have dropped the charges. So Showore now have sat down to see that, hey, the people that want to kill the Biafran people and marginal is not even his fellow brother that they call Yoruba. So yes, the Yoruba people, they are good in betraying. They will promise you, let us go to the stream. When they get to the stream, they will say, we will all jump into the stream. When it is time to jump, they will say, make you jump first. After you jump first, then somebody give them money. And say, you don't jump, you just become the cameraman. They can change their mind and collect the money and then become the cameraman and just be making the money. They will not jump inside again. Yes, they are good in that betrayal. Awolowo did it when we brought him out of prison. So it's a living testimony to that, and we cannot deny that one. But now, coming to the scenario of the reality of Nigeria now, you can see that Showore has come to realize that his own Yoruba brothers, yes, were able to compel the presidency to release him and to drop his charges. And also to release Sunday Igbo and to drop his charges. So that means there are certain set of people that are behind Madden and the ordeal, that are behind Biafra independence ordeal. It's not the president. It is these people you see here, these people that you call governors, these people that you see you call senators, these people you see that you call ministers, these people you see that you call evil and devilish people that are calling themselves evil politicians. They are people. They're the ones behind everything. So Showore is taking it upon himself to drag them out. This campaign of protest. This campaign of protest of 20th October has already shown you people that the 16th day of October that they selected for court, it is caricature that they knew quite well they were not going to do anything on that day. Because if something significant was supposed to happen on that day, a protest for the same Mazinandi Kano should not have held or held or to be held 4 days after. No, it should have been held a day or 2 days or even on that day of the 16th. But you can see that the planned protest is on the 20th. When they now say, Unyendu is to appear in court on the 16th. So what happened when the protest not happen before the 16th or on the 16th? Why is it happening on the 20th? So that tells you that Nigerian politicians already knew. Showore is part of the Nigerian politicians in Nigeria. You understand the modus operandi and you know what they are doing. That every court date is a scam, is a written script that they give to them to go and read. That is why we lash it out on the attorneys since 2022 that you're not supposed to allow any trial to continue. Somebody was kidnapped, and then the court said this person's kidnapped. Even the United Nations resolution group said this person was kidnapped, and you have contravened international law. You have to release this person. You cannot try it. And then you continue to put the person on trial. How could you kidnap somebody and then you are still the person that is trying the person that you kidnap? Now you kidnap me, then now you still carry me go court. Hey, that means there is no justice. There is no rule of law. That means you have already killed me. If a time if you even kill me that time when you kidnap me now, you carry me come for detention. You see they keep me as your prisoner. Now you kidnap me. Now you commit crime. Now you see they keep me again. They use me as your prisoner. May I ask one very question, please? What happened? What happened to these two men here? These two men, Ojuku and Philip Efio. Please, what happened to Ojuku and Philip Efio? What happened to Ojuku and Philip Efio? Which kind blood waka for their body? Which kind mama and papa born them? That when they came together and put their heads together and said they must fight to defend Biafra land, they rather not see their babies slaughtered, but they prefer to fight. Even to the last man standing, they will fight and defend. Which happened to Juku and Philip Effiong? Which kind blood waka for their vein? Where they no come dey like Akpabio and Osita. What happened where Ojuku and Philip Effiong did not act and go with the same kind of blood cells in them like Osita here and Akpabio, who are here looking for the heads of Biafrans to kill? That the activities of Biafra is speaking volume, and so they must go after Biafrans and kill them. It is not a Yoruba man that is professing it. It is not Hausa man that is professing it. It is not a Tifi man that is professing it. It is not even a Fulani that is doing it. Who is doing it? The Biafran man, Senate President Biafra, the leader of the Senate Biafra. Now the two of them, now them they read the script, they pronounce and they interpret. The cry continued to increase. The cry started in 2023. They now enter 2024. And in 2025, they are crying again on the work that APM Okechukwu has done in US. Today, the cry of this one has not started very well. The cry is going to increase. The US lawmakers are waiting for Akpabio to come and defend the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The US lawmakers are waiting for Akpabio to come and defend the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for us to know how legal and lawful it is for Nigerian terrorist government to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. And then they still keep him as their own political prisoner till today. And they are taking him to court and coming back every day. A very good question to Akpabio. Akpabio, you people kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of you Igbo politicians, because it is not the Fulani terrorists that kidnap him. It is you people, all of you Igbo terrorist politicians, you are the ones. Because when you look at the Yorubas, look at the Yorubas refuse to allow the kidnap of Sunday Igbo. So the Obasanjo went as far as making sure he blocked it. Obasanjo had to travel down to the nearby country where they wanted to kidnap Sunday Igbo. And Tinubu also intervened. All of them intervened in making sure Buhari did not kidnap Sunday Igbo. But what happened in our own case? In our own case, now Congo kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now make every arrangement from inside house. The people where they DOS and IPOB, they connect now with the most trusted betrayal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lawyer, Ejiofor Karo White, plus the brothers and IPOB leadership. That's why they connect. They inform you people when you people will have to block Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. They inform you people when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be entering Kenya, the exact place that you people will now go and accost him. They told you people the exact way and plan of how it is to be done, so that after you kidnap him, beat him to stupor, he will die, and later people will dump the body in waste bin. Then later we will now go and find the body in waste bin. This was the plan. And while this was happening, they have devised one person in IPOB to be using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Twitter account to be tweeting every day from on the 18th down to the 28th, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was blindfolded, chained, and whisked into Nigeria. They wanted to drag him into the court. That was when Showore saw, because he had court date that day. The Showore is here. Oh. The Showore is here. The Showore is the one now that is dragging all of you to come and answer questions how you all plan the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because he has called Soludo. Soludo claimed that his phone is not going through again, that his phone spoiled, that the battery of his phone damaged. He has called Alex Oti. Alex Oti claimed that he has infrared problem in his phone. He has called Peter Mba. Peter Mba claimed that his phone no dey work again, no dey go call from outside Enugu. Ogbonnayak phone, he don't spoil, the fall enter water, so call no dey go through from Ebonyi out. Problem of them are your own, you are in Abuja there because you no longer stay in Imo State. That is the reason why Problem of them is in Abuja. He is the decision maker of what should happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what should happen to Biafrans in the homeland, how the Biafra defense forces should be attacked and killed, how the Nigerian terrorists should be deployed into Biafra land to come and ransack the community in the name of looking for General Gento, General Butuzo, General Oligos, General Liquid Metal, General Angel Michael, and the rest of them. That is why you see being the chief, the leader of the terrorist politicians of Igbo extract in the East. He is now seated in Abuja as the chief. He's seated as the chief. He coordinates the rest of them in the whole Eastern region. He is the spokesman to all the terrorist Igbo politicians that we have, starting from the Senate President, all of them. Obladima is their spokesman. He speaks and decides what should happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what should happen to every Biafra, how they should send armor tankers to come and kill all of us because of what? Biafra independence. That's why you cannot see him again in Imo State. So he's ruling from exile. If you see him flying today, tomorrow he will be out. You cannot sleep in Imo State because you know the ground is not left. No, so a person will carry something inside firewood. Now he go the water, they look back. So he knows what he's carrying inside his firewood. That's why he cannot walk and relax comfortably. So it is a very simple question here. How come that all of you useless and coarse politicians of Biafra land prefer to be used as slaves while a Yoruba man is here now, exposing all of you, dragging all of you out? He is even pleading on all of you to come out. Let us go and demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because it has become over beyond. These same terrorist, evil politicians that we have, as you see them here now, they clap for Boko Haram terrorists being rehabilitated, having peace deal and shaking hands with Nigerian presidents. They acknowledge everything they are doing. They are very happy with the standard and ethics of the Boko Haram and the relationship that they have with the Nigerian government. Gumi is asking for a negotiation and a peace deal for the Boko Haram terrorists and all the terrorists and bandit group that they have as they plan their name, bandit, they are all terrorists. Gumi said this is the first time, or who said that terrorists cannot have negotiation or have peace? Who said that terrorists cannot have peace deal? If Gumi has been advocating for peace deal, that you should not shoot any bullet at any terrorist, and he's daring you when he's saying that if you do, that what has happened before is a tip of an iceberg, that more dangerous of them will come out and destroy Nigeria. And when it threatens Nigerian terrorist government, they keep quiet, they don't do anything. If Gumi has been threatening them like this for the past 4 years, and you cannot do anything, only what you can do is to come to the Nigerian Senate, the red chambers, and stand up. Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activity of Biafra is not stopped, we are afraid they will succeed in opening the minds and hearts of every Nigerian, and they will come to the knowledge or understanding that Nigeria is an abattoir where they slaughter babies, women, and children for the terrorist invasion to take place. It's a very big shame. It's a very big shame to see that what you, terrorist Igbo politicians, should have been doing, what the Senate President, who happens to be a Biafran, Igbo politician, what you should have been doing, asking for the release of Martin Nandikan. Showore is the one doing it. Osita, leader of the Senate, you and your foolish brother Akpabio, what the two of you as Igbos, as Biafrans, should have been doing, asking for the release of Martin Nandikan, is what Showore is doing. Why you people are asking for the head of Martin Nandikan on his spot? No be big shame be this. Tomorrow, all of you will be shouting and crying. Oh, Nigeria is marginalizing the whole Eastern region. There is no development, there is no this, there is no inclusion. We are not in this sector, we are not in this, we are not given this position or this. Senate President, Fulani, National Security Council, Fulani, Inspector General of Police, Fulani, CDS, Fulani, Chief of Army Staff, Fulani, Chief of Naval Staff, Fulani, Chief of Custom, Fulani, Chief of Fulani, Fulani, Fulani. Who caused it? Who caused it? If you sell your brother, will the buyer trust you? Will the buyer trust you by giving you any position that is so intricate? Now, because number one, the buyer, his life will be at risk. Because he will know, say, if you are able to sell your brother to me because of monetary value, because of political gain, that means if I put my life in your hand and say, be my security, that means before I wake up, you can cut off my head and collect money from somebody that come and give you money. Do you understand the point now? That is why you cannot be president of Nigeria. Yes. Yes. That is why they cannot allow you to be the chief of defense staff. That is why they cannot allow you to be the chief of army staff, the chief of air force, or any other thing that you are looking for, which is very important. Because you sell your brother the buyer cannot trust you with his or her life. Yes. I want everybody to be practical now. If your gate man, can tell you, you can take my family and give me money, I don't care. All I need is the money. Your gate man say you need 1 million or 10 million or 20 million naira. Now you tell him, say, what will you give in exchange? Now you tell you, say, make you take in mama, may you take in papa, or may you take in daughter, or may you take in wife, or may you take in child. He tell you, say, take my sibling, whether brother or sister, he say, take any of them, I don't care, but just give me the money. Now you, where him be your gate man, you give him the money, then you collect in brother, or you collect in son, or you collect in wife, or you collect in girlfriend, or you collect in sister, or you collect in mama, or in papa. I want to ask you a question. Can you have confidence in that your gate man whenever you're sleeping in the house anymore? Can you have confidence and sleep with your eyes closed? You dey pay him salary, but he is able to sell his wife or his girlfriend or his brother or his son or his daughter or his mother or sister to collect money. Can you now employing him to be your gate man? Can you have confidence in that your gate man anymore that when you sleep, you close your eye and relax, forget yourself and say, I have a gate man that is mounting the gate? Can you have such confidence anymore? Can you have such confidence? Please, for those of you in the comment section, I want to see your response. Can you have such confidence anymore? Can you have such confidence? Can you have such confidence in that your gate man anymore? That you will now sleep now and scatter your legs, and throw away your wardrobe this side, throw away your bag this side, throw away everything, your phone. No, you say, oh, you have gate man. Same gate man where we say he collected money to sell his brother or sister to you. Can you have the confidence in sleeping and closing your eye and then putting your life and entrusting your life into that gate man and claiming that you have a gate man that is mounting the gate? Can you have that confidence? Can you have that confidence? Can you have that confidence? Meje say not at all. Okay. So this is the practical aspect of it. So somebody as your gate man who is ready to sell his wife, sell his girlfriend, sell his daughter, sell his son, sell his mother, sell his father, sell his sister, sell anybody that he has, and then collect money from you. That is your gate man. You that hired him as a gate man, you will not trust that your gate man again. Because if he can sell his own blood family, his own blood lineage, he can sell and collect money. So that means if him is given money, he will sell you out from where you are sleeping. He will just bring the assassin will come to kill you. The assassin just came and met him at the gate. He said, nah, they find the owner of this house. Now he go first ask them, how much will you pay? How much will you pay? They go tell him, say they go pay 100 million. Now he go even tell them, say 100 million is too much. I beg, give me 50 million. Let me go and show you where the man is. I need the money. You see, huh? So, as the people wey wan come kill you, boss now just come. Him go carry them, go show where the boss dey, collect the money, because this blood money of selling something and selling his own blood to collect money, e don enter in system as something wey don enter in body, and he cannot cure it out. So he's having this problem that he can't cure out. And if the boss now, where employ am as gate man, don't already know, say, now the problem when get be this, that in boss cannot sleep in the house and then put his trust in his hand again and then relax, knowing that I'm waiting that, oh, I have a gate man who is very good. No, you know, say this one no be gate man. This one, human being seller. If he could sell his own brother and sister, that means my life is not safe in his hand, under my watch. Hey, I see. I see. Okay, said. I'm curious to know what Shiwore's boy in Canada will do now that his master is sampling Biafra cause. Yeah, they will only make noise. After they finish make noise, they will go and relax. They cannot stop Shiwore. There is something about Biafra. It is when the God of Biafra wants you to go mad. He may use you in different ways, whether as a politician in Nigeria like this, whether Shiwore is using these things to do political campaign, we don't care. But the message is that he is able to drag all the Igbo political criminals, the terrorist criminals that we have, starting from the Senate president to the leader of the Senate, all of them, Anambra-Igbo, Iberi-Ibeo, Soludo, Usorinjo, all of them, Osita Isunasu. Look at this video that is on the screen here. All of them, Walibo Congress, all of them, is packing all of them together. He's going to drag them out so that all Biafrans, that when we tell them, your problem is not the people in Abuja, your problems are the senators and ministers that you have. They are the people behind the kidnap of Mazin. They are the people bringing terrorists to come and kill us in the homeland. They are the people that place 500,000 and 650,000 in total bounty of dollars on the head of our Prime Minister. They are the people that made way for the kidnapping of Mazin Nandikan. They are the people that work it out. Because cat and dog where they outside will not know road come reach inside house without the one where they inside showing them road. I still continue to ask a question. What happened to our general? What happened to our general? And they ask question because these two men here, they don't carry spirit of betrayal like Akpabio and Osita and Abaribe and Uzodinma and Soludo and Bitamba and Obunaya, all of them. What happened? What is the kind of blood where they take born Ojuku and Philipepio? What be the kind of blood where they take born Ojuku and Philipepio? These two men here behind. What be the blood where they take born them? Why were they not planning the death of Biafra? Instead, they are planning and they were planning the defense of Biafra. They were planning how to defend Biafran people. But this very idiot that you see that they call Osita here, Osita and Akpabio, these ones are the causes of our generation, which we don't know if one can be able to break the causes of it on them. We are still reminding Biafrans that you have to hold these your leaders accountable. Shiwore is helping all of you there to hold these criminal terrorist leaders accountable for the kidnapping of Madina, the massacre of Biafra, the stoppage of Biafra independence. Yes. Everybody are calling for the release of Madina. But Igbo politicians hit their hands on the table and say no. and something will happen. As they say no, they will see the result of that no in another miraculous form. Let us play Barrister Darlington. Barrister Darlington was saying something. He left a message for them. Let's see the message of Barrister Darlington, if they can be able to withstand this message. Before we go to the message of Barrister Darlington, let us play message from Oduduwa agitation group. Make una hear something.
That you, as a leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, you have now written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to say that Yorubas would like to break away from Nigeria through negotiations. Do you think that President Tinubu will allow his government to sit at a table with some Yoruba people saying they want to break away from Nigeria, when Section 2 of the Constitution says that Nigeria is indissoluble and indivisible?
That's what that's what the Constitution of Nigeria says. But the law of Nigeria also, part of the law of Nigeria says that self-determination is a legitimate right. Well, because when the United Nations passed the declaration, Nigeria was a signatory to it. Nigeria brought the law, that declaration to...
I don't know why the player is not pausing when I pause.
Saying that...
Okay.
You are saying...
So, listening to what the question that F. Abati was asking here, I don't know if he's just trying to make mockery of himself, or if he just wants people to have something to listen to. You're asking Akintoye, Baba Akintoye, if Tinubu will allow Yoruba to sit down on the table and talk. The first question you should ask is, why and how did Yorubas support Sunday Igboho to make sure he was not kidnapped by Nigerian terrorist government under Buhari? Is it not Tinubu and Obasanjo that facilitated the no kidnap of Sunday Igboho? I'm asking you people a question. Tinubu, Obasanjo, and the rest of the Yoruba elders, they are the people that made sure there was no kidnap of Sunday Igboho from whether Benin Republic or Niger Republic, where he was to be kidnapped across Nigeria. It was Tinubu, it was Obasanjo, and the rest of the big elders and politicians of Yoruba land. They are the people that stood up and mobilized. They went down to the other country where Igbo was to be kidnapped and brought down to Nigeria. They stormed and say over their dead body, it cannot happen. And then, after Tinubu now become president, the first mandate that was given to Tinubu is to make sure he go and drop all those charges where federal government of Nigeria don't carry against Yoruba nation agitation group, starting from Sunday Igboho, also going into Showore. That is how you see that Showore and Sunday Igboho can work freely. Is Sunday Igboho not the person that was going after the Boko Haram terrorists and the Fulani terrorists that were killing their people in London? Was he not the one wearing the vest of the traditional bulletproof? Was he not the one that was speaking for them? Was he not their warlord? Today, the charges of Showore all dropped. Why? Because they have elders and leaders that put the interest of Yoruba nation first. But we have criminals and terrorists who are stomach infrastructure interest based. Stomach infrastructure interest based. That is what they are. How much they will gain, what they will embezzle and keep for their families, where they will go and invest the money so that the money will be for them. So that when they finish serving as Nigerian senators, ministers, and governors, they can go to America and stay there. And then they will say bye-bye to all the menace and everything that they have done and destroyed in Biafra land and inside Nigeria. They will now go over to America and UK and Switzerland and Europe to go and enjoy the money. So for a Baba to even answer this question, it's like he's just trying to make mockery of the Yoruba nation. They are united, oh, honestly, they are united.
Leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, you have now written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to say that Yorubas would like to break away from Nigeria through negotiations. Do you think that President Tinubu will allow his government to sit at a table with some Yoruba people saying they want to break away from Nigeria when Section 2 of the Constitution says that Nigeria is indissoluble and indivisible?
That's what the Constitution of Nigeria says. But the law of Nigeria also, part of the law of Nigeria says that self-determination is a legitimate right.
Well,
because when the United Nations passed the declaration, Nigeria was a signatory to it. Nigeria brought the law, that declaration, to the National Assembly. The National Assembly approved it, and the President of Nigeria signed it. That made it part of the law of Nigeria. The same thing with the Africa Charter of human and people's rights. And courts in Nigeria have made the statement that fighting for self-determination is not unlawful in Nigeria. So we are not doing it unlawful. And we have no reason to want to stop it.
But sir, correct me if I'm wrong. The same Nigerian constitution says that even when we sign international covenants and conventions, it becomes law in Nigeria that is domesticated. Now, you are an Awoist. You were part of the Awo movement and all of that. Awo, the late sage, wanted self-determination in the constitution, 1916, 1963. He never succeeded. And the Nigerian constitution does not allow anybody to say they want to break away from any part of Nigeria. So I don't know. I mean, you are the teacher of history.
The laws of Nigeria allows individual Nigerians or groups of Nigerians to advocate for self-determination for their people. That cannot be contradicted. The laws of Nigeria allows peoples in Nigeria to advocate for the self-determination of their people.
But do you have any expectation that President Tinubu will sit down and negotiate for the Yorubas to leave Nigeria when he is himself a Yoruba man?
That is the business of the president. He will do what he thinks is good for the country. We will do what we think is good for our own nation from Nigeria. No matter how much you pander, you can tell me, oh, is President Tinubu going to sit with us and so on? It's his duty to sit with us. That's his duty. The law says so. We write a letter to the president. It is his duty to answer us and to, he can say no, what you are asking for, I won't grant it. But he has no right to, he has no duty to tell us, I will not answer your letter.
But sir,
he has a duty to answer our letter.
You raised these same issues under the Buhari administration. President Buhari did not just ignore.
Yes.
He went after Sunday Igboho, and he showed that his government will not allow any kind of challenge from anybody, whether Yoruba or Igbo. Why would President Tinubu listen to you, even when you said you were not interested in the election?
Yeah, the president can say that as much as they like, but the president cannot unilaterally change the law of the land. That's the truth. The president, it is the duty of the president to say, oh, this country, I will preserve its unity. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But that does not negate the lawful right of the people of Yoruba land or whatever part of Nigeria to seek for their self-determination. That's the truth.
But anyway,
the important thing, however, and I'm surprised that you are not talking about that, is that the Yoruba people who are fighting for self-determination are telling the world and telling themselves that they will do it only peacefully. We are Yoruba. We know our status in the world. We know our status in the black world. We do not want to destroy the peace of Nigeria, and we do not want to bring difficulty into the lives of any other group in Nigeria. But we want to get out of Nigeria. That's it.
Oh my God. So, Tinubu is Yoruba according to Papa. If Tinubu is Yoruba, and then he said Buhari was clamping down on Sunday Igbo, how do you now think that Tinubu will allow you to do what you want to? Is it not Tinubu and all these elders that release Showore, that release Sunday Igbo? Is it not the same Tinubu? I am asking a very simple question. No. Is it not Tinubu? It's Tinubu now. So why are you complicating the fact? Now, there is one question here that is worthy to ask. And that question is, can you find an elder statesman like this man that is talking now? This man is talking of the Yoruba extra, talking for Duduwa nation, for Yoruba nation. Now, can you find this kind of man here now that can talk boldly like this from the Biafran nation for Biafra? Can you find? What is Ohaneze doing? Ohaneze are telling you that Biafra Defense Forces should hand down their weapons. That Biafra Defense Forces should not continue on Biafra. But look at this man. Look at this man. Look at this man talking now. You now see the disparity. You now see what you need to look at. Can we have one of these? Now, the Ohaneze-Igbo president, Obiozo, what was Obiozo doing? Obiozo was fighting against Biafra. And then we had the other one, Iwonyan, he was fighting against Biafra. Okwadike was fighting against Biafra. Okwadike was telling everybody that it is the Biafran youth that don't want to allow Nigeria to continue in peace, and that they are shouting IPOB, Biafra independence, IPOB, Biafra independence. But now, just look at the person that is talking here and ask yourself a question. Do you have one that can speak boldly like this for Biafra? All the ones you have, they are man must work. Man must work, belly they talk. That is what they are just They are buried. How much they will get, how much they will eat, and how far can they go? That's what they are.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Did you get the message? Okay. So now you have gotten the message from this part into it. Let me go and play the message from Barrister Darlington. Darlington, you want to shut up people? Let me bring it to the screen.
Yes, very, very unnecessary. And I want to tell you why. This thing they are doing is unnecessary, both the DSS and the federal government. Yes, very, very unnecessary. And I want to tell you why. You see this thing they are doing now, let it not be that actually something has gone wrong with Nnamdi Kalu's health. And they'll be held accountable. Is it not on record that the court have said, leave this man, let him go? We don't even have any law to try him. Is it not on record? The erudite Chief Mike Ozokeme went to court under the appeal court to quash the 15-count charge against Nnamdi Kalu. To quash it. So, even the Supreme Court told Nnamdi Kalu to sue the federal government for what they did to him.
He asked them to redo the case. I'm surprised that after the Supreme Court referred it to a lower court. Is that not the first time in the Supreme Court's history? Has it ever happened before?
In fact, I am coming to tell the whole world and Nigeria what is going on here.
All
these things that we are doing, what was the meaning? What are they aiming at? Meanwhile, this man ought to be freed. But because they want him perpetually kept in custody.
No, but Barrister, let me ask you a question. If a matter has gotten to the Supreme Court, is it possible that they defer it to a lower court?
In fact, like you said, this is the locus classicus. Because the Supreme Court have the right, the power, is an administrative court to say, look, let this guy go. Are you getting what I'm saying? If something was not teleguiding somebody, why would the same Supreme Court refer it to a lower court so that they will start afresh again?
I have never heard of that.
Good. That will tell you that something is going on. And I don't want people to deceive me or play pranks on me. It has never, there is no need for what the Supreme Court did.
What about the court rulings on compensation? For example, the extraordinary rendition, the damages to his property at home and that of his family members. None has been respected.
None of them. Even the court in Kenya has ruled in favor of Nnamdi Kalu for what they did to him in Kenya. Yet the Nigerian government is still dragging this young man up and down, expecting him to die in custody. They will come and say, that's how God wants it. And you think his people will keep quiet, Abi? Esther, let me remind you. You know when people hear Rwanda, the major reason why Rwanda happened was because even while the crisis was going on, the plane for which a Hutu president was riding, I don't know that name, Hamabari or something. His plane was shot down by this Tutsi rebel, and all hell was let loose in Rwanda. One person, one man, because of his death, Rwanda happened. Is that not true? The First World War happened because a woman was killed. They claim she's not from a royal whatever, and they murdered her. and these people say no, it cannot happen. The history is there, but nobody will learn from it. The case of Nnamdi Kanu have even moved from political issue to regional issue. Because the people see it now as an insult. Because if you look at it, whatever Nnamdi Kanu was accused of, some people have done it 10 times over in the north. They have done it 10 times over in the north. They have committed more harm in the north than Nnamdi Kanu was accused or alleged to have done. Yet they are walking about free. The federal government with his aid are even going to communicate and dine with and wine with them. Like people like Toju Bello. It's on record. It's on record. The guy is holding court, collecting taxes from villagers where he's holding court. It's on record. Nobody have arrested him. Nobody have done anything. But you took Nnamdi Kanu into custody for saying that he wants his people to be freed. And when they ask you now, he says he's a terrorist. Which terrorist? Esther, can you mention one country in the whole world that have labeled IPOB a terrorist organization? I said one country. One country. You can see now. It's only the federal government of Nigeria. And you are telling me that people should not read meaning into what is going on here. This thing that they gathered all the doctors in the whole world is to what? To fulfill all righteousness. So that if anything happens, say, after all, we brought God doctors that looked at him. And you know, all the doctors, specialists in their own right. Specialists in their own right to examine Nnamdi Kanu. So, which one is better? Is it not to free this man long ago and to bring doctors? Spend time and energy, spend time and money. By the way, if Nnamdi Kanu was properly treated in their custody, will he develop all these health challenges? Will he? Do you know that the greatest killer of a man is loneliness, solitude? Are you aware?
That's the essence of the punishment. That's the essence of the punishment, sir. Of staying in a confinement.
Can you imagine?
Psychologically, mentally defeat you.
A young man, a vibrant young man that's supposed to be up and doing,
but
working,
that's the essence
adding
of the
value to his
punishment,
life.
barrister. Even when they send people to prison, that's the essence of the punishment.
No, in this case, no, people inside prison, they have recreational time and all that too. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't enjoy it. Solitary confinement. Solitary confinement. Esther, is that not wickedness of the highest order? Why won't he break down? Why won't he? You can see. So all this is that is like trying to solve a problem you created. You know you will not solve it now. You know, because you are the one that created the problem. You deliberately created it. So if they have allowed Nnamdi Kanu to go on bail even, what will happen? These other terrorists that are disturbing Nigeria for 15 years now, who have taken them into custody like this? Who have embarrassed them like this, Esther? You see, when we are talking of marginalization and sectional whatever, or tribalism, look at it, it's staring at you in the face. Look at it. In your face, look at it. People that will live where they are in the Sahel, enter Nigeria, come to your village, kill everybody, take over the village, rename it. Did IPOB do that? Please, did IPOB go this far in infamy? I am saying this so that Nigerians will judge on this matter, whether what the federal government is doing is right or not. This is deliberate punishment, unwarranted punishment. And now they say they call for doctor. So at what point did the DSS start obeying court order concerning Nnamdi Kanu? They have obeyed this one, Abi. Go back and check. At a point they said his lawyers should not even come to meet him. His lawyers should not even visit him and all that. His people should not visit him. You can imagine. So whatever they are doing, I am not amused. I'm not joking. I am not amused at all. I'm not interested. They are just wasting their time. Because all whatever they are doing within that is unnecessary. It's avoidable. It's avoidable. Just tell me that thing that Nnamdi Kanu did that these terrorists have not done 10 times over. Mention it. That this one that Nnamdi Kanu did, it is unheard of in the history of this world. That this one he did, in fact, it's a crime against humanity. He said something, Abi. he said something. Esther, doing something and saying it, which one is more grievous? A man who will argue with you face to face, verbal attack, I will beat you, I will do this, I will do this. And the man who actually took a gun and a cutlass and cut you into pieces, who have committed the most serious crime here?
The one who actually...
Was it not said that it is better to judge than to war? What did Nnamdi Kanu do? What did he say? That you have not heard before. We knew when Radio Kudirat was operating in London. John Fayemi was the promoter. All the things they said about the federal government, did anybody... It's unfortunate, seriously. It's unfortunate. So, all those things they are doing, I'm not interested in that shenanigan. They want to bring specialists from all the regions so that they will do what?
They have already done that.
They have done that, and so what happened at the end of the day?
Okay, so based on the report that had been submitted to Attorney General of the Federation, I think from there, Justice James Omotosho would have to deliver that. Then what next? Will he be free? Governor Alex Otti of Abia State has told the followers, supporters, and some of the Southeasterners who has been advocating for his release that they should not worry. They've been lobbying, they've been speaking on behalf of him. But there are a lot of Nigerians who think that there are some persons who do not want him released. Now, if some political elites are now being vocal about it, I think there was a very recent interview that was done by Professor Chukwuma Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, who is contesting for November 2025. He also said the same thing, corroborating with what Governor Alex Otti said concerning the state of Nnamdi Kanu. So there are talks that freedom is very close, is very nigh. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu has shown some form of submission, humility, apologized for some of the remarks that he has made or said. So the current trial now, what is it to prove? Is it to prove and authenticate the extraordinary rendition that he was brought from Kenya, or was it for him to prove some of the allegations against the Nigerian government?
Look, Esther, you see this examination of Nnamdi Kanu's health situation. I see it as something to come, because the 6 or 7 experts, the medical experts they brought to check different parts of his body, each one of them are going to write reports.
Yes.
Good. Now, the doctor who is checking the heart will write based on what he has seen, Abi.
Yes.
The one for kidney, the one for liver, and every other thing. In fact, I heard of urology. That means they are going to check his tozo. So when they write, is it not based on their...
What's tozo?
Go and ask that malam now. Who said things there? Aquarano. So now when they write their report, they will tell you. Esther, today's Monday. I hope you know. Now, when they check all this and write their report, the one for heart may not check or know what the one for kidney have written, because that is not his expertise.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? The one for liver may not know the one for his abdomen and all that have done. Is that not true?
Sure.
So how do we now know that if there is any part that is bad, the federal government and DSS will be willing and ready to tell Nnamdi Kanu or the whole world that this particular area we discover something that is not wrong there? Will they come out to say it? Esther, are you getting where I'm going now? Will they come out and tell Nnamdi Kanu that this part, your part, one of your kidneys have packed up? Will they tell him? Because of the backlash. So I am not sure that all the things they are going to find out will be revealed. That is my own thinking. I am not sure.
Okay, so what if, based on whatever report they gave, they say the facility, because they are meant to, what do you call it? Investigate the DSS facility. They're meant to check it out, inspect it rather. They're meant to inspect the DSS health facility to wonder why Nnamdi Kanu is saying that what they have there is not enough to take care of him. And after they do the inspection of the health facility, they're able to bring the top want us to look at.
They have done that. They have done all that.
No, what I mean is
the report is
to start. The report is to be submitted to the court to know if Nnamdi Kanu will be taken to a national hospital. The thing is, Nnamdi Kanu is saying that the doctor, he doesn't want the DSS one. He doesn't trust them, and that the facility is not well equipped enough to take care of him.
And he has been to that national hospital. But I hope you know when they guided him to go to that hospital for treatment, and after that they brought him back. You remember?
Okay, so why, if that is the case, then what is the problem?
The problem now is that maybe it has taken long since they don't want to take him there again, and then the visits have not been coming as it should be. You know, even changing of clothes. And he complained about this before the court, but the DSS ignored it. They ignored it. So this one now that they are doing fire brigade, I don't understand. Let it not be that what this man is saying about his head is what has happened though, because that will not be too good. Let me tell you what happened. Do you remember the man that bombed the Pan Am airline in 1980 something or so?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to remember that one.
That Libyan bomb expert or terrorist. He bombed an airline carrying Pan Am airline, carrying mostly UK, US people.
In 1980 something?
Yes. What happened? They now they demanded that the man be given to them, and they put him in prison. I think somewhere in the US or so. So many years after, after they have finished his health, they now decided to repatriate him back to Libya after Libya had paid compensation for what their man did. Immediately the man came back to Libya. Under 1 month he died because his health has failed.
Completely deteriorated.
You can see. And in this secret service, whenever an agent is uncovered, because of the punishment, and in order not to reveal the secrets of the government that sent him, he's given a small piece of tablet.
Cyanide.
Yes, cyanide or vial. I don't know what
cyanide. It's white. It's very small.
He will take it and die instead of being allowed to be taking it, because when they take him, they are going to subject his brain to rigorous tests to bring out all the information.
Basically to avoid any form of torture.
Good. And then bringing out all the information, because that information is more vital to the government. Yes.
Okay, so how does that really his case?
No, I am telling you what they do.
Okay.
When they have finished with you, they will now say, okay, you can go. You understand? You think you have been let go.
I heard that his food, I think they bring his food for him. I don't think he's being fed by the DSS because he doesn't trust them. He has always told his lawyers and counsel that he doesn't trust whatever meal they bring to him. So I think that they still bring. But my question is the financial implication of all of this.
Your room can be compromised where you are staying, and you may not even know. You'll be breathing in
something else.
Your room where you are staying. Like this AC is blowing here now. You can come through AC. I mean, this thing can be done. We know all these things. So ask yourself, why haven't they allowed him to go, Esther? Is that not a vital question to ask? Nigerians should be asking, why are you keeping Nnamdi Kanu inside the detention after the court have ruled? Why is he still in detention? Meanwhile, you are rehabilitating the real terrorists in Nigeria.
Wellington has delivered the message, and I believe that will enter. That will enter, and we'll be rounding up this program. And before we round up this program, we're calling on all Biafrans to.
The second plan they were planning with.
We're calling on all Biafrans to continue to remain steadfast in what we are doing. Support your BDF in the homeland. Support BRGIE everywhere, because we are doing wonders. Now, Showore, a Nigerian politician, a former presidential candidate of Nigeria, is asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and is tracking out all the Nigerian politicians. And in this very video, NGOZI said that Sonia Nkere made arrangements to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and bring him to the convention to come and destroy the convention. So my question now here is, now that Ngozi said she did not want to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the convention because Sonia Nkere wanted to bring him to come and destroy convention, and that was one of the plans that I had. So now that Nigerian politicians, a presidential candidate of Nigeria, is actually the one leading a campaign to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is Ngozi now supporting the Nigerian politicians to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or she is against it? Because if she was against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be inside the convention, she was afraid that when we will bring him, he will come and destroy the convention and scatter the convention. So that was why she was angry. Now that Nigerian politicians are asking for the release of this our supreme leader now, what is the fate of Ngozi? Because if you were angry with Soni and Oge that they wanted to release Ngozi and bring him to convention before, then it is worse than even this one that is going to happen. So the question now is, are you supporting the Nigerian politicians now, or you are angry with the Nigerian politicians now for asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? This time now is not Soni and Okenkere that is releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu detention. It's the Nigerian politicians. Listen to her.
They were planning. The second plan they were planning with the Nigerian. They were planning. The second plan they were planning with the Nigerian government is to somehow let Onyendu come out maybe a day before, be in Finland, come into the venue, declare on that day to render just to render so many things, to what they wanted that. But that didn't work out. They were planning. The second plan they were planning with the Nigerian government is to somehow let Onyendu come out maybe a day before, be in Finland, come into the venue, declare on that day to render just to render so many things, to what they wanted that. But that didn't work out. They were planning. The second plan they were planning with the Nigerian government is to.
This is the question all of you need to go and ask the Louis Smoker and the improvement psychiatric patients in Georgia. Try to find out from our know. Now that Nigerian politicians, presidential candidate of Nigeria, is asking and protesting against Nigeria and Igbo politicians to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and allow him to walk out and free from Nigeria. Are you angry that he is to be released and is to be brought out of Nigeria? Because you were angry that Soni and Nkere were going to bring him to the convention. I salute all your friends. Please remember that every Monday sit-at-home continues. And also, remember that when Onyendu appears in court, any day, oh, set my mic, okay, let me refresh. Okay, my mic, I'm rounding up. I hope you can hear me. All right, I'm rounding up, rounding up. So every court date of Onyendu is sit-at-home. And on the Monday that is coming is sit-at-home. And also on the day of the Monday that they say is the protest of 20th, that is still a Monday. So it is Monday sit-at-home. So you don't need anybody to tell you that you must sit at home on Monday. It is our custom. It is what we have been doing since 2021. So if the lawyers of Onyendu and IPOBDOS have brainwashed you, I learned that they went to go and hold Onyendu in court, and they were asking Onyendu, did you say that they sit at home, or is they sit at home, or did you declare sit at home? Which is very stupid. How can you go and be asking somebody that is in chains if there is sit at home? Does he know what is happening here? So if they have used that one to deceive some of you and brainwash you, Onyendu does not have the power and the right to issue sit at home. He is in chains. He's not the one commanding anything or sending anybody to do anything outside him. Everything that is happening here, the Biafran people are taking responsibility. So don't allude any of it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader. Biafran people take responsibility of everything that is happening here now. You don't go and put it on the head of our leaders. Sit-at-home is done by Biafran people outside the detention, not inside detention. So Monday sit-at-home continues, and the 6, 7, 8 that the Biafra de facto government in the homeland have declared another sit-at-home, it starts. On these very days, 6, 7, 8, sit at home. Don't become a scapegoat. And every Monday, you sit at home. And the day of the protest that is the 20th, it has also entered on a Monday. It is a Monday sit at home. So remember, for those of you that sit at home will be happening in other places, that's when you want to go for your businesses. Be careful, oh. Observe the sit at home. Our two leaders are in prison. It will be very unthinkable to see that all of you have gone back to your normal life and you're going back to enjoy your business and family. Then you abandon the very cause that pulled these our two leaders to come out and put their lives on the line. I salute all of you. Continue to support the government of Biafra, both in homeland and in diaspora, so that we can be able to achieve all that we have. I salute all Biafrans from me, from here. It is good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to all of you. Thank you so much for your time, and see you all later on.